Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can check with Cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Weazel News, and welcome back, I should say.
Is now a good time to buy a home?
My name is
I like this
Sky. My name is Sky Davis, and this is Dick Dastardly, and that is Tiffany Tulips. How are we, guys?
Good evening. I'm wonderful. How are you today, Tiffany?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
The show and
I really want to be
We've had quite the busy week here, and a great holiday season for holiday season.
Is it Christmas time already?
It's Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, Halloween's on this.
We haven't even gotten to Halloween yet.
July 4th, Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. Would you like to start us off, Dick? Please.
Sure, yeah, I'll start us off with that. Tuesday, the city kind of shut down for Independence Day. There wasn't much going on around the city. Everybody was grilling out, went down to Vespucci Beach. They was hanging out on the beach this past Tuesday. It was a fairly quiet day within the city. Surprisingly, I think even all the gangs and biker clubs and all that decided to take the day off. But speaking of biker clubs, I do know on Thursday there were a few bikers out hanging out in the city. I think they was just doing some random tasks and hanging around. Didn't really get too much in depth with them. I believe there were some new citizens that may have potentially come into the city to hang out. But yeah, it's kind of, I know you said it's been busy, but I kind of was taking it easy on July 4th my own self.
Yeah, I guess I should say, well, I mean, of course, because I'm sure the firefighters had lots of firework calls, and the police had lots of firework calls there, but yeah, it looks like everybody kind of had a toned down holiday, a lot of good barbecues, a lot of good food, and then with a busy week kind of following, since the holiday was on the beginning of the week. But yeah, great time had by all. I think we had some nice weather, some pockets of rain here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then we followed it up with some nice outings, like we said, by the biker club, and then we've had another some action out in Polito, I believe, last night. I know that there was a few traffic stops. One person just kind of caught for speeding, and then we also had some more in-depth things going on in Polito.
That's right. I believe we may have had a bank robbery out in Polito also at some point in time, and possibly a DO truck. A DOT truck was stolen during the commission of the bank robbery.
What? I heard that that driver was assaulted. I do hope that they are okay. Seemed to be quite the quite the event, or quite the shenanigans, or mayhem, chaos, whatever you want to call it, because I know that the sheriff's department did follow that DOT truck, and there were multiple cars stolen earlier in the evening from the hen house, and those cars were found at the Polino airport just days before it got demolished and redone. So they were kind of working out of it as a chop shop, I guess. So not a bad reason to kind of demolish it to hopefully get that out of there and have less of that going on.
That's right, because the old Pluto Airport was more of a landfill type. It was kind of drop off of unwanted building items. So it wasn't the nicest thing we had. But this
Yeah.
new Pluto Airport opened up. I actually flew in from just outside of Pluto Airport earlier before we started this broadcast, and
Oh,
I
that's
took a little
awesome.
tour of it, and it's very, very nice.
That is awesome. I look forward to checking it out. I believe I'll head down there tomorrow to kind of check it out more, and look forward to that. Um, but yeah, I mean, of course, I know our first responders were having some issues kind of getting access to the airport, so it'll be nice to have that as an easier access point for everybody.
That's right. I believe Destiny was tagging along with the engine the previous evening, and I believe she saw firsthand some of the issues that the engines have trying to get to the airport down that twisty,
Oh
turning road and
goodness.
thing.
That's what I heard too. That airport has a lot of hills, and that bridge is out, right by the airport there. So if you take the wrong road, you can't get over that bridge unless you want to try to believe you can
Yeah.
fly.
I believe I can fly. Um, yeah, I know, and especially with that chop shop call, I know they had a 1080 pursuit into there. So of course that's kind of a dangerous thing if they're having people coming in and out of there. Um, I really wonder how the aviation trucks got in and out.
Yeah, it makes you wonder sometimes. I think they just kind of pushed the way in down there.
Yeah, yeah.
We know a fuel tanker didn't get down there very easy. I think they had to bring the fuel in by boats, so
Um,
that may have been a reason they decided to demolish that and open a new Pluto Bay Airport out near the DOT checkpoint where it's actually at.
Very nice, very nice. That makes sense, and that's awesome to hear and see. Um, have you guys been listening to any good music?
Tiffany, I usually lead off. I'll let you lead off this time. Tiffany first.
Okay. Actually, just kind of my normal country and pop. But on Friday night, we had a grand reopening of the Bahama Mama, and there was some pretty good music there that night. I was able to stop by for just a little bit and check it out, and that DJ, he does pretty good. I forget exactly what his name is, but he does pretty good work.
That's awesome. I know a few of my friends went out there and said they had a good time, and I heard they had a casino up on the second floor or something like that.
Yeah, a few
Where
slot machines up there actually.
nice.
Yeah, so you can gamble a little bit and get your party on.
Well, I don't think he has his license yet to gamble, so he hasn't put the slot machines in working order yet. He has them standing by just so as soon as he gets his license, it's going to be taking all the money out of your pocket, I guess. But yeah, I think he has to get his license before they actually activate the slot machines for him.
That would make sense.
That'll be a good time though once because I know a lot of people like um going up to the casino, the main casino, but that's on the other side of the city. So if you don't want to travel all that way, it's nice that they have somewhere to go more closer to them. Especially if you're hanging out at the beach, you can just walk up the road, get a drink and have fun and dance the night away.
That's right. It was very nice inside. A lot cleaner and more. I'd say it's a little more classy than the old Bahama Mama was.
Mhm.
last year and lets more light in, a little bit more
Yeah,
brighter.
and I believe that the old before the reno it was a one story, I believe, and now it's another full story. So,
That's right. Well, I think the
so
second story is kind of a ring around the edge of it. You just kind
mhm.
of sit in the booth so you can watch overlook the dance floor.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I mean, hey, it's still a second floor though, you know.
Right. It's
Still
still a full second
a
floor.
nice little area to kind of escape if you wanna, get off the dance floor and have some eyes in the sky.
Eyes in the sky, maybe some private time with a special someone. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, speaking of eyes in the sky, there were well, not they weren't in the sky, but they were trying to be. Pineapple Bob the other night climbed on top of the SAFD helicopter because he thought it was a carnival ride, and he was doing yoga on the blades of the helicopter.
I think Pineapple Bob has
Uh,
a tendency for self injury.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of interesting stuff in going on in Polino because just a week before we had a man who was clearly under the influence of mental illness was on top of the sheriff's department claiming he was Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I do remember
Yeah.
hearing that.
And then one of the other, I guess, Mother Duck, one of the women who praises the Bible, also came out there because she, I guess, saw on Twitter that Jesus was at the sheriff's department. So she was out there. So there was a whole lot of mental evals happening that evening, or in
Well,
Polino in
most
general.
definitely. Because I believe the SAFD broke out their new ladder truck that had
Ooh,
just got put into service to try to reach the subject.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and I believe that they still ended up having the. I guess they had the helicopter, and there were multiple LEO units trying to get on the roof, and it was just kind of like a little bit of a hot mess, I think.
Yeah, it's one of the hot mess Saturdays, I think, right there.
I think every day in Los Santos or in San Andreas is a hot mess these days.
Especially after a major
Yes.
holiday.
Uh,
Yes. All that
apps,
leftover fireworks and alcohol.
absolutely, absolutely. Hasn't come out in
Yeah.
a while. Um, And then I wanted to touch on you were saying license. Did you guys hear that Herbert was we already know that his license has been reinstated, but he was driving an 18-wheeler rig in Polito the other night.
Who gave him the keys to that?
That's what I was about to
I
ask.
I don't know, and I know that the sheriff's department was looking into whether he was CDL approved, and I didn't get to hear whether that actually went through or not. But I'm concerned for his safety and the safety of everybody else with him in that 18-wheeler. Um,
Well,
man,
don't
that's
forget, at one
crazy.
time he was driving a bus to Sandy Shores.
I do remember that. I do remember that. That I mean,
Then that was a
that is
total
wild.
mess.
That is wild. Absolutely wild. Um, yeah, wild. But I know a lot happened at the hen house. Like we kind of touched on earlier, in the broadcast. There were multiple cars stolen from the hen house. That a lot happened at the hen house. First they had one call where Herbert and a bunch of other gentlemen thought that they were, I guess they paid off of an app or something like hen house egg or something. And there was some non-affiliated app that had the logo of the hen house on it, and people were trying to buy eggs, like chicken eggs, thinking that the hen house sold eggs. So Herbert was looking for 23 eggs so he could quote unquote do whatever he wanted to them. I'm concerned about what that means.
Oh boy, yeah. You never tell about Herbert. He has a affinity for ice cream and bizarre items around here. But it makes me wonder, why would you think a bar in Toledo would be selling eggs when you had Bale, uh, the Clucking Bale processing plant just across the road? To me, that'd be the place to go get your eggs at.
Exactly. And then again, the gentleman was actually looking for females, which they all got confused about because there were like 5 men coming in at one time. It was just kind of chaotic.
As
Sounds
in
like it.
female eggs or
So,
just women?
no, like women. They were very confused on whether he was meant eggs or women, and that's why the police were called because they were kind of concerned that he might have been trying to, traffic or something like that. It was a very messy situation.
Well, good thing it doesn't sound like any eggs were broken in this situation.
Yeah, no eggs, and there was a female in the barber shop.
Yeah, and barbershop across the road. Yeah, I remember hearing about that one too.
Big mess, big mess. Let's see.
Yeah, please ignore the noise. We do have a construction crew working in the studios right now, so they're doing the best they can to be quiet. But sometimes, they get a little anxious with the hammers while they're working on the new part studio over there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's see what else happened. Polito. We did have a tanker truck that flipped over on its side over at the Ron fuel station. Did you hear about that, Tiffany?
I did actually. The driver, I don't know if what exactly happened, if the driver just had an accident or if he was intoxicated. I'm not really quite sure, but from what I understand, the San Andreas Fire Department tried to use a winch on the fire truck, and they couldn't get it flipped over, so they actually had to go and get a bulldozer to flip it over.
I
And
heard that was kind of sketchy. I heard it was had a like a 50-mile radius to try to evacuate folks. So they was afraid it was going to blow up.
well, yeah, I mean, there was that big tanker, and then there's a gas station right there, so tons of fuel. Anything can go wrong, and especially in San Andreas, we all know that. So,
That's right.
but I'm just glad to report that luckily nobody was hurt. They were able to get the truck back on its feet, on its wheels, I guess you could say.
On his wheels and landing gear.
Yeah, exactly. And luckily, nobody was hurt. The driver was okay. All the fire department representatives were okay. So, happy ending in the end. You don't want to have a big explosion and have the entire San
Block
Andreas Fire
blown away.
Department have to come there just to save them.
That's right. I believe I got some information. I believe that actually the driver said he went to make a turn sharper than he should have, and something bound up, and the trailer came unhooked. And like I said, luckily it was unloaded with nothing but really vapors in it. And so we didn't have anything to kind of keep it seated to the saddle or the semi. So it just kind of just rolled right over nice and easy against the fuel tank sitting there. Luckily, there was no major damage to the full fuel tanks that fed the fuel station. So
Say that 3 times fast.
wow, that's 3 times fast. Full fuel tanks. Yeah, that's a tongue twister right there. It could have been a lot worse.
Fuel tanks. Full fuel tanks. Fuel tanks.
Now
That's right.
say it 3 times fast drunk. Oh wait.
Oh wait, hang on.
We're on camera.
Yeah, okay. Maybe after the show.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, the after party. But yeah, they could have lost a half a block of Pluto when that happened, believe it or not.
It's true.
I'm trying to think if we have anything else to, it's been a light week, so I'm trying to think if we have anything else to report about.
There was a few fires Saturday night. The bank robbery, the shootout. Herbert doing his usual Herbertness. That's right.
Herbertness.
We'll start calling it Herbert the Herbertness. Yeah. That's pretty much it that I can think of. Because like I said, we had a light week, being a holiday week, and everybody kind of settled down some.
Exactly. I know that people want to get some summer events going here. I know the triathlon got postponed towards the end of the month, and then Shonen Knockout will be at the beginning of August, I believe. So we're still not on the calendar. Things just got delayed due to scheduling, but we're looking forward to that. And what other events the community will have. I believe that we're going to have a kind of war type evening at one point coming up soon in the next few weeks. I know Steve the Bodyman and a few others are planning that, so we look forward to that.
That's right. That's like it could be a good time. We haven't seen that go on lately in a minute.
Exactly. I
The
mean,
war game
Kyle,
simulator.
Kyle's about to get a little bit action again, so we look forward to that.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, but
Yeah,
we are in the heat of summer there, Sky.
yeah.
I think it's the weather this week is as usual. It's going to be cloudy but hot.
Cloudy
With
with a chance of meatballs.
cloudy with a chance of meatballs, cloudy with a chance of spaghetti, some pizza in there. But yeah, it's going to be cloudy, but it's also going to be hot most week with pop up showers. Uh, Usually in the afternoon. You know how summertime storms roll in and out. We'd be sitting on the beach, enjoying that sunshine, and then next thing you know, you got a rain shower on you. So yeah, make sure you pack your tents if you're going to the beach this week. That way, you at least get out of the rain and take a little bit of cover. But that's pretty much going to be the weather report and how the weather cycle is going to be going for the next 2 or 3 weeks until all those kiddos get back to school in Los Santos.
I think you're right. But yeah, do we have anything else you want to cover? Any businesses that we want to cover? We did cover the renovation of Bahama Mama and the new airport. And I don't know that we have anything else that we need to cover business-wise.
Oh, we do have. I do have a little birdie told me something. It's not official yet, but from our understanding, the Los Santos Fire Department may be coming out with a whole new paint scheme on their trucks here soon.
Wow.
Yeah, so stand by for that. They got a new painter in the maintenance shop, and he said he wants to change it up and make it look different than everybody else out there.
That is awesome. Pardon, we also have a dog in the studio today. Got a lot of stuff going on in the studio today. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us tonight, though, because I don't know what else we got going on. So
Construction and dogs is what we got
yeah,
going on.
construction and dogs. But yeah, my name is Scotty Miss.
I'm Nick Naturally.
And I'm Tiffany Tulips.
Would you like to finish this out, Dick?
And this is Weazel News. We thank you for joining us tonight on Weazel News. And this is our news schedule every Monday night at 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central p.m. in the afternoon. We will cover all the goings-ons in Los Santos, Paleto Bay, Sandy Shores, and all over Blaine County area. We would like to thank you for joining us. And if you are 16 years of age or older, please follow our links to our Discord where you can be interested to find out about our Kuffs gaming server. You can potentially put in a whitelist request to check out, come hang out with us, all of our crazy dogs in the studio and our construction going on in the studio, and just kind of come in and hang out and have a good time with us. It is 18 years of age or older to hold a first responder type job at this time, but 16 years of age or older to join and hang out with us in general on the Kuffs 5M server.
That was awesome, Dick. Thank you. But yeah, my name is Scotty Miss, Dick Dashley, Tiffany Tulips, and we appreciate you watching, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and their Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got a foot up in the damn door, And now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
What if you